welcome to all our Winning Post viewers and thank you for tuning in to the Winning Post. I'm Chetty Narula. We're right here at the Royal Western India Turf Club at the Mahalakshmi Racecourse where the atmosphere spells of excitement. It is the McDowell Signature Indian Derby 2014 with over 30,000 people gathered here at the racecourse. The vibe is just phenomenal. The atmosphere spells of excitement. We're just waiting to witness some great equestrian supremacies as 15 contenders fight it out for this title. But apart from horse racing and equestrian supremacy, this day is also a lot about fashion, it's about entertainment, and it's a very important day in the social calendar of most Mumbaikars. Let's take a look at all the action from the Mahalakshmi Racecourse.
A 30,000-strong crowd came through the turnstiles on Sunday for a day that is going to be etched into the minds of all present forever and beyond. The McDowell Signature Indian Derby 2014. Like every year, the USL group pulled out all stops to put up a show that transcended all the other years. The action kicked off on Thursday morning as the first race of the sun hit the track with the 15 runners going their final paces before the acid test on Sunday. Besides the connections who were present to gauge their charger's performance, members of the media too came down to understand the prep a racehorse goes through for a race as big as this, with trainers demonstrating the importance of farriery, swimming and exercise.
It is the most important part of the horse's body because one mistake and the horse will be lame. Because they have what is called a white line as you have on your nails. Yeah. You cut a little bit of your nail, you're lame. You're in pain. The horse can be in bigger pain. So the people who do the farriery are experts. They know exactly how much to cut, how much not to cut. And they say in England, there's a saying, an ounce on the foot is equal to a stone on the back. If you don't cut it enough and you're carrying more weight on the feet, your horse will run one stone worse than he should have run. Therefore, we have a rule here, size 2 shoes have to be 12 ounces, size 3 have to be 13 ounces. That's the why is this rule there? So that's why we have to be very careful about the plating. And the farrier is the second most important person after the trainer and the doctor.
Swimming is very important for horses which are very heavy, and as you are all aware that horses are very big made and they have a lot of weight on them, and training them on the sand track, actually there are a lot of wear and tear. As swimming, it's much easier to train the horses. They keep themselves quite fit in that, and I've seen horses losing weight quite fast in the swimming.
As the sun went down and the stars came out, it was time for the post position draw, which would determine the barrier each of the contenders would race from. Instead of going the regular route, this too was done in true McDowell style.
Number 5. Katie, your thoughts going into the race? Great, okay, let's pick a draw for you.
With a fashion show and a comedy performance in the mix that served to soothe the nerves.
A pep talk with your horse always makes a difference. Dhanno bhag! Basanti ki izzat ka sawal hai, dhanno bhag! Right. That works, right? Which leads me to the next point. No? Do not drink and ride.
The pièce de résistance of the evening was the unveiling of the winner's jewel, especially created by equestrian lover and designer Reena Shah for the occasion. And with that, it was time for the racing action to begin, with 2 days of spectacular racing action on the cards. The best of fashion, fascinators and fedoras were on display as the crowds thronged the racecourse. And for the well-heeled, there was another thing in store. A pre-derby brunch that gave everyone a reason to kickstart the celebrations in advance. Hosted at the Olive Restaurant at the racecourse, the brunch kicked up the glamour quotient a notch higher, with the city's glitterati in attendance. And Delna Poonamwala's hats and fascinators on display, as well as Reena Shah's equine-inspired bag and accessories that gave the brunch a true derby flavour.
So lovely ladies right here with me from the Fashion, Fedoras and Fascinator Signature Indian Derby Brunch 2014. Of course, horse racing, apart from equestrian supremacy, is a lot about fashion fascinators. Reena, you're a stylist. You did an amazing job the other day at the post position draw as well. Take us through all the line that you have designed for the equestrian fraternity.
As I was saying, my line is 2 years old, and it's because of the horse love for the horses, and I play the game polo. And it was a great opportunity for me to showcase my equestrian collection at the Indian Derby post draws. I did a whole collection which was inspired with horse prints, and they're all my handbags were made out of vintage scarves, which are one of a kind, bought in auctions from all around the world. So each bag has a story, and also is one of a kind, which can't be repeated.
Bollywood definitely making its presence felt as well at the Indian Derby 2014, or rather McDowell Signature Indian Derby 2014. Shamita Shetty, you're adding the right kind of glamour to the weekend racing action. Lovely fascinator right there. Do you love fascinators? Do you like coming to races?
You know what, this is actually my first time, and it's quite a unique experience, I must say. This is the first time I'm actually wearing a hat, and this was difficult, but I'm quite enjoying it. I've got the right reactions from people, so I'm quite enjoying.
So as you saw, the biggest day of the Indian horse racing calendar promises some excitement, promises fashion, promises such amazing entertainment put together by Signature year on year. And well, this year was not a surprise as well. Good time now for us to wrap up this segment on the Winning Post. On the other side, we take a look at the top contenders for the McDowell Signature Indian Derby 2014. Stay with us. Right here at the McDowell Signature Indian Derby 2014, of course, resonating the bold and resonating the beautiful as well. Bold because all the men looking very bold, and women, of course, looking very beautiful in their fashionista outfits, in their fedoras, fascinators, hats and whatnot. Every year the UB10 promises a lot of glitz, a lot of glamour, a chance to shop some interesting stuff that you could wear to the races as well. And while you're at the races, of course, these are the chocolates on display. You can buy them, some shoes on display, bags on display. This tent, of course, gives the women a chance to really look beautiful. As we walk around the UB tent, the people are just walking into the McDowell Signature Indian Derby weekend. The day looks good. People are just starting to come in. And right here, if you follow me through, we're walking into Vijay Mallya's VIP tent. Vijay Mallya's tent every year spells off a lot of socialites from all over the country coming here and enjoying Saddle Up, Satellite, the traditional drinks of the Indian Derby, with his private guests sitting around and him hosting them.
The McDowell Signature Indian Derby weekend is a weekend of top racing, and although the Indian Derby is the cynosure of all eyes, there are a number of top-class races over the 2 days. There was lots of entertainment in between the races to keep the crowds engaged, with performances in the paddock as well as in the air-conditioned hangar.
Well, you know, Derby is always, when you come to the Derbies, it's always very classic. Everyone wants to look their best. But me as a designer, I'm very futuristic. So I want to sort of merge these two concepts together, which is why you saw a lot of leather work details, corsets, which also had a very futuristic feel. But at the same time, you had the big bows, you had the flouncy skirts, which is very, very Derby. So the idea was to sort of blend these two concepts together. Well, I've come to see the race. I've been here some 3-4 times. The first time I'm doing a show here. It's a lot of fun. I mean, this is something that I'm not going to enjoy anywhere else. It was a lot of fun, yeah.
All the entertainment and fringe activities could not draw attention away from the races, as everyone blocked the stands and the front lawns to catch a glimpse of the runners. And before everyone knew it, it was time for the race that everyone had been looking forward to.
Now's the time when we take a look at the top 15 contenders for the big race, the McDowell Signature Indian Derby 2014, a race that the entire racing fraternity is just waiting for. This year, we've got 15 contenders, like I said, in the fray. Half a dozen fillies taking on the boys. Is it going to be a boy? Is it going to be a girl? It's a good time now for us to take a look at their forms, whether it is going to be the winner of the Delton Casino's Indian 1000 Guineas, Muroy, or the Oaks winner, Isn't She Special, or Jeremiah, who won the Nanoli Stud Pune Derby in some great style. Time now for us to take a look at their form.
The McDowell Signature Indian Derby, to be run over a trip of 2,400 meters, attracted 15 of India's best thoroughbreds into the parade ring. Half a dozen fillies would battle it out with the boys, and one would emerge as the true champion of champions. Of the 15, the 6 that were the favourite were the S-Ganpati trained Muroy, who had Chris Hayes on his back and had so far done nothing wrong in his career. Jeremiah from Pacey Shroff's yard, who was ridden by S. Zirwan. Alan Dare, trained by Altamash Ahmed, who had Y.S. Srinath holding his reins. Falcon from Malesh Redu's yard, who had R. Woodworth on his back. And amongst the fillies, it was Starry Eyes from Kuji Katrak stables with A. Sandesh on board. And finally, Circle of Life from Pacey Shroff stables, ridden by Richard Hughes. As the horses were led to the starting gates, the anticipation and excitement was palpable, as everyone in the house jostled for space to watch which of these would reign supreme.
Well, those were the top 15 contenders for the McDowell Signature Indian Derby 2014 this year. The horses are just about to be getting into the starting gates, and we're going to find out who is the winner of this prestigious race. You don't want to be missing all the action, so stay with us. We're going to be back with the Indian Derby on the winning post. Welcome back to the Winning Post, powered by the Serum Institute of India, and thank you for staying with us. We've taken a look at the top 15 contenders for the McDowell Signature Indian Derby 2014. Who's going to be taking the Derby home this year? It's over to the commentator for the call.
Track clears, gates open for the McDowell Signature Indian Derby, even dispatched from the gate by all the 15 runners, and as the field settled down with Circle of Life has settled back into last, Jeremiah finds himself in front from Southern Emperor in the centre. On the outside in the white and green, the Inchi Special, the Indian Oaks winner, making a forward move and going ahead now. It's Inchi Special at the 2,000 metre marker, the on-Bibilat corner, 2.5 lengths ahead of Archie in second place. Jeremiah by Jeremy out of Akaika Ketura settled back nicely in third. The winner of the Hyderabad and Pune Derby. Very close behind is Southern Emperor as they pass the 1,800 metre markers. Putting the white cap is the Mysore Derby winner on the outside. On the Wales in the light and dark blue, there is Starry Eyes as the run past the 1,600. Very close behind, there is Agostini, the Bangalore Derby winner, comes in here with a late entry on the inside railing there. Alan Dare in the dark blue and yellow, the winner of the Summer Derby in Bangalore as they pass the 1,400 metre marker. Very close behind there, Wentworth, putting the yellow cap is on the far side. In the centre, there is Falcon in the gold and red third. Very close behind is Kukunov. Amazing Grace in the yellow cap is third last. Second last, the Ace Bushipala, the Bangalore Challenger. Three behind at the back of the field with Richard Hughes, and sporting the white cap is Circle of Life. They're now at the far end of the track with 2 quarters remaining in this McDowell Signature Indian Derby. Inchi Special 2 in front of Archie with 1,000 to go. 2.5 lengths behind is Jeremiah, settled back nicely in third with Sheldon Emperor tracking him on the outside. Very close behind there, Starry Eyes. After that is Agostini sporting the red cap with 800 in balance. Alan Dare is on the inside, on the outside. Murai making a forward move as they pass the 800 meter marker. Very close behind is Alan Dare. Kukunov is being scrapped to make a forward move on the far side. Then there's Amazing Grace. After that is Falcon. Circle of Life as a head turn for home. Round the turn and into the straight. Inchi Special comes in on first. And Jeremiah is the one making a nice forward move in the center. On the near side is Murai by Dubavi is improving nicely. Starry Eye slipping through the inside railing. And just look at Alan Dare unleashing a powerful run on the stand side. But it is going to be Murai and Alan Dare on the near side. Starry Eyes on the far side. Circle of Life making a forward move. But it is Alan Dare from Murai. It's Alan Dare from Murai. After that is Starry Eyes and Circle of Life. Alan Dare and Y.S. Srinath winning this one from Starry Eyes. After that is Circle of Life and Murai.
And tremendous result out there. Alan Dare has come through and won this exciting race.
Murai shaped as though he would justify the favourite tag as he shot to the lead briefly. But then Starry Eyes was lurking right behind and in the final furlong managed to smother Murai. At the same juncture, jockey Y.S. Srinath started to get Alan Dare going. And with a scintillating final burst, Alan Dare reproduced his Bangalore form and streaked away from them all to land the richest and most prestigious race of the country with ease. The win was further sweetened by the fact that Alan Dare set a new track record by clocking the fastest time ever on the turf with 2 minutes 28.05. Alan Dare handed his connections their first Derby victory. The presentation ceremony had all the grandeur and magnificence due to a race of this caliber. The man behind it all, Dr. Vijay Mallya, along with the chairman of the RWITC, Vivek Jain, made their way to the podium in a vintage car that added pomp and glamour to the ceremony. Dr. Vijay Mallya did the presentation honours and handed the trophies to the winning connections. After the ceremony, the winning post caught up with 2 of Alan Dare's owners, Dr. Neville Devlaliwala and Amita Mehra.
Well, the verdict is out. It is Alan Dare, of course, winning this one from Starry Eyes and Circle of Life as well. Congratulations, Neville. Who would have thought the winner of the Bangalore Summer Derby coming out and winning the Indian Derby in such great style? Were you expecting this somewhere?
We were hoping to win.
Right.
Like hoping.
Right.
Didn't expect to win. Hoping to win, yes. But to win the way he did,
not really.
He took the cake.
You're a proud owner, of course, because you just gotten new into horse racing as well in terms of ownership, isn't it?
Let's put it in perspective. I think it's great retribution. Last year we were knocked out in the Indian Derby.
Right.
I seriously thought I had a better chance with that horse in that Derby
Correct.
than I did, because there was Murai here and then everybody had to beat Murai. But there, Anaquaites won the Ruya and come, and just as he was getting into his stride, he got knocked out.
Sure.
So then I used to wonder whether with the number of horses that I have a very small string, that would I get another chance at the big one?
Right. And who would have known?
Kind. Very next
Absolutely.
year, and I come and win it too.
Well, here she is, Amita Mehra of Usha Stud Farm, standing right here with me. What a deja vu moment that I'm also having. You had Jacqueline, you had Moonlight Romance, Gap last year. This year again, you came out and you've won, and 13th Indian Derby victory. Your thoughts at this point of time?
Yes, this is the 13th Indian Derby win for me, and my thoughts, I'm over the moon, frankly.
Obviously.
This is my first season, of my new stallion, Multidimensional, and we've come 1 and 2. The first one was a colt, Alan Dare, and the second one was a great filly called Starry Eyes.
Sure.
So I think for me, it's been all the effort we put in slowly over the years. It's this moment that we work for, and when it comes right, you feel that, it's worth it all.
Jockey Y.S. Srinath, who returned a hero atop his star Alan Dare, was expectedly ecstatic and looked every bit the champion that he is.
Well, the man of the moment and the man in the limelight right now, Srinath, winning his first Indian Derby ever at the McDowell Signature Indian Derby 2014. Srinath, first things first, what are your thoughts at this point of time? Is it sunk in or not that you won the Indian Derby?
This race is the biggest race for any jockey to win in his career.
Absolutely.
And, well, it took me 20 years to win my first one, but at least I have.
You know, you have been working with All India for a long time, but really did not partner him in a big race or any race for that matter. This is the first time you partner. So what is the kind of strategy that went into place? How confident were you with your relationship with All India as well in a race?
Well, I've been here for a week now, before the Derby, and I've been working him, and all the time I worked him, I got more and more confidence that I will be able to relax him in a race. And the crucial point being, will he relax and get the trip? Which he did quite well today, and he won in record time. So, you know, he stayed the best of the lot.
It was celebrations galore as the connections and everyone present rejoiced at the birth of a new champion, one whose name would go down in the annals of racing history.
Well, what a day it has been right here at the Mahalakshmi racecourse, and who would have thought that the winner of the Bangalore Summer Derby, Alan Dare, would come out and win the McDowell Signature Indian Derby 2014 in such great style from Starry Eyes and of course Circle of Life. With that, it's a wrap on this weekend's episode of The Winning Post. Remember, if you've missed something, we're on Facebook, YouTube and we're on Twitter. You can follow @Mohit Lalwani, that's the Twitter handle for regular horse racing updates. Until the team Winning Post sees you next week again, may the horse be with you.